Apple Core Homestead. Today we are going to be planting shallots in this bed here, and whatever leftover space we have, we'll plant some lettuce and spinach as well. So the first thing we're going to do is lift up the irrigation lines and take any weeds or debris out of the garden bed. Okay, now that the bed has been weeded and the irrigation lines are out of the way, we need to break up the dirt. So I've got my trusty hoe here, and we're going to go ahead and get that started. A good rule of thumb is to hoe down about 6 to 8 inches. Now that the ground is all broken up, we're going to smooth the dirt out and bring the compost around. Now that the soil has been cleaned up and smoothed out, it's all nice and loose in there, the next step is to cover the soil with 1 to 2 inches of fresh compost, which we have here, and we'll be mixing into the compost some fertilizer. Normally I mix my own, but because of COVID, I could not get the ingredients that I needed, so this is a standard organic vegetable fertilizer. And I don't measure it. It's not going to hurt your plants to do it like this. And I just dump a good amount on. This is not going to be enough for the entire container. It'll be enough for the top half. And then you're just going to come in here, and sorry, my hair got in the way, and you're just going to mix it in to the top, you know, I don't know, 4 inches or so-ish. And then we're going to layer it on the top of this bed. And when we get all of the compost fertilizer mixture put onto the top of the bed, we will then go in and mix that up as well. Now that we have layered on the compost and the fertilizer, now it's time to mix it into the existing soil. You want to get in there pretty deep, and just do this with the entire bed. Smooth it back out, and then we'll be ready to plant the shallots. The bed has been prepared, and now it's time to plant the shallots. These are going to go into the ground with this end basically pointy side up, with the root end, let's see if I can give you a close up, with the root end down. And you don't have to put these down very far. You really just want them basically even with the top of the soil or just below it. So this is perfect. And we do want them to be 6 inches apart. And I'm pulling this out because I'm going to set them out in quaint little rows. Also, I don't have enough shallots to fill this entire bed, and we will be planting some lettuce and spinach to go along with it. Something else I forgot to mention is don't take off the paper. The shallots are just sitting on top of the soil now, and I like to do them this way. It's just a happy visual for me to make sure that they're even and I have them far enough apart. Shallots need to be planted at least 6 inches apart. Further is perfectly fine, but if you get any closer, then your shallots might not reach their appropriate size upon maturity. Now that you have everything laid out, if this is the way you're doing it, for shallots, all you have to do, since you've loosened your soil, all you have to do is just push them down into your gentle soil here. And shallots do not want to be super deep, so right at soil level or just below. Now, here where I am in zone 8B, shallots have to be planted in the fall, and it is October here right now, and this is the appropriate time to be planting shallots. I do plant onions from seed starting in February and plant them out in the spring, and they do lovely, but shallots here love to be planted in the fall. So keep that in mind, and if you're interested in planting shallots, make sure you find out what zone you're in. If you're in a super cold region, then you're going to want to plant your shallots in the spring. The shallots are all planted, and it took up about half of this bed. I made a little line in the dirt here. We're going to plant some lettuce and spinach over here, and you can catch that in the next video. As for the shallots, all we have to do now is water them in. So that's it. You can walk away from this bed, come out here every month, make sure there's not a ton of weeds, make sure you don't have voles tunneling in and out trying to eat your shallots, and that's all there is to it. You can let this bed just do its thing until next spring, so you can check that off your to-do list and enjoy the rest of your fall and winter. Check out my next video on planting fall lettuce and spinach. Have a good day, everybody. Bye!